And on the phone right now, we have Mark Dawson. Good morning, Mark. How you doing?
Doing great, Rick. Nice to hear from you. How's things in beautiful South Carolina?
Well, the good news is I did not have to do the backstroke into the station this morning after Claudette paid us a visit yesterday. Yeah.
You couldn't show off your Olympian skills, I guess. Well,
Olympian,
glad you're safe.
Maybe floating is my Olympian skill. Anyhow, how are you doing, my friend?
Well, the last 16 months have been scarce, to say the least, as far as work. But, doing anything I can, trying to engage with fans, come up with new ideas, anything I can to keep this old brain musically motivated. And it's been great. I mean, it's a year, almost a year and a half now.
Yeah.
Where we've, doing nothing, but it's kind of been nice to recharge. And now I'm itching to, get out there and do it again.
As a matter of fact, that's going to be happening very shortly now, coming up on the 2nd of July, right?
Yeah, yeah. We finally, I'm kind of excited about it. Yeah, we'll start the shows that should have been, and we'll start them all back up on July 2nd. And it's pretty steady. Throughout the end of the year, we'll have a pretty fair amount of dates. Getting pretty much everywhere over the U.S., which will be nice again to connect with old friends and some of the venues we love, things like that. So yeah, it's going to be great to get back to work again.
Are these solo gigs with the Grassroots, or are you on a tour with some other artists?
These are all Grassroots solo shows. However, once in a while, there's we do they combine the acts. I know we've got a show coming up somewhere with Tommy James and the Shondells, and then another one with Herman's Hermits. But I think the bulk of them will just be the Grassroots on the show.
Well, that's good. Of course, I got to see a Grassroots show over in Florence. What was it, 2016, I think, that you were over there?
I think you're right. Yeah, I remember that.
That's where those pictures on my promo announcement for the show came from. Was from that fabulous night over there in Florence. Yeah, that was a good show. Well, I know that you've been doing.
Fun, yes.
I know that you've been doing a whole bunch of Facebook pop-ups, you call them, where you've been performing on Facebook. That's been kind of an interesting journey.
It has been. That was born out of the pandemic. It started. Yesterday we did our 430th in a row.
Oh my goodness!
430 days in a row. And that includes Christmas, New Year, Thanksgiving, birthdays, Halloween, you name it.
And I can tell those pop-ups are being well received by your fans out there.
Well, it seems that it's fun. Yes, I think they are. The way it kind of started, I had written this song right at the beginning of the pandemic, a song called In Isolation. And it was about us. It was about what we were going through. And there's a fan group that someone made for me. It's called Making Noise with Mark Dawson, Fans and Friends. So I just one day decided to kind of debut it for everybody there on an unannounced live pop-up. Just kind of went into the group and started recording, going live and playing that song. And it was unreal how people just, I thought it was the timing, but the song really hit everybody. It
did. Yeah, I remember.
And thank you. And I just, from that date, I could tell what people said and how they reacted. I said, hey, let's do this again tomorrow. And then tomorrow led to the next day, and it got to be where every single day I go in and play usually 3-4 songs, sometimes more. But we spend about a half an hour to 40 minutes, and then there's chit-chatting and people always asking questions, and it's been something to distract everyone from what we've been going through. And now here we are 430 days later. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm going to say something now. I'm going to brag on you a little bit, because last time we talked on the air here at WUSC was January 28th, 2013. And that was the year you became a radio DJ.
That's right. All because of you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, in case you don't know, Mark is on my online station, which is ourgenerationradio.com. He's on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock. But that kind of got you started. And in the show, your show is actually spun off to a couple of other stations. I know you're on that station, Vern Station down there in Flagler Beach as well.
Right, Flagler Beach, Florida, right,
Yeah.
which is only about an hour from where I live. And that's kind of nice, too, because, they pick up, of course, Our Generation Radio gets it first, you know. That's the deal.
We get the live version.
That's right. And, it's been really nice. And I think the fans, I think most of them listen live, but it's nice to have that replay if people want to go back and listen again.
Absolutely.
It's been wonderful. And you know what, Rick, also I meet not just people I know from shows and things like that. There have been other people I don't even know at all, and they'll say, "Hey, I love listening to your show on Thursday." And I'm like, "Hey, cool, you listen," and that's what they only know me from that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a cool thing too.
Absolutely.
The old DJ feather in the cap. So
yeah. Well, you've been doing something else.
Fun.
You've been doing something else during the pandemic. You have recorded a new album or a new CD.
Yes. Last summer I put together a compilation, which was a best of. That was just all my original stuff because people were saying, "Oh, we need this," so I put that together. And then I began work on a lot of the fans that follow me. I do this thing every week on my show where I do a classic song, and I kind of put a little twist to it, and we call that Mr. Noise Unplugged. And I've had a string of them that were going well. I started doing more on the side, and that ended up being the latest album. I had written another song for us during the pandemic, but I didn't have a full album of original material, so I thought, well, I'll just do the classics. And there's been a few that people just love. A few songs on there that people go, "Wow, I just love your version." And I'm really glad to hear that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's we put that out about a month ago, and it's just about sold out already. So thanks everybody for that.
Well, for everybody who would love to hear what that album sounds like, why don't we play a song from that album right now? The title song of the album, as a matter of fact. You want to go ahead and introduce it?
Sure. So this song was the follow-up to In Isolation. My wife and I are starting to have a conversation about how many people are alone during the pandemic, many of them not by choice. They lost a partner. Was probably the main thing, and we know a lot of people in that situation. So I wrote this song kind of to relate to them, to the people who don't have someone with them. And the song is called Let Me Comfort You.
So here we go with Mark and Let Me Comfort You. Mark and I will be right back after the song is over.
Let me comfort you.
And there we go with Mark Dawson's brand new song there called Let Me Comfort You. So that's really a good song there, Mark. I like it a lot.
Thanks, Rick. Trying to relate to those people who maybe don't have that person to chat with, to say anything. So I'm a strong advocate of checking in on friends and neighbors, especially when their times are a little rougher. It doesn't cost anything. It takes a few seconds to pick up the phone or knock on a door and say, "Hey, how you doing? Need anything?" That's kind of what this is about, just reassuring that there are people out there that care for you, and all you got to do is just say, "Hey, let's get together," or something.
Amen.
So thank you very much.
Yep. Thank you. Mark, you got a website where people can actually order the CD, do you not?
Yes. You can listen to it all day long if you want. You don't have to buy it, but go ahead. My website is, it's easy. It's markdawson.us. And everything you need to know is right there in front of you.
So Mark Dawson, all one word, .us. So
yes, that's it.
So let's get back to the grassroots. Your tour starts on the 2nd of July. Where is that particular date?
We'll be in Anna Maria Island in Florida. It's kind of cool. It's a little island, off the shore, and they just put a little amphitheater out there. And I don't know if it's a private event. It's called the Center at Anna Maria Island. For those of you who might want to shoot on down there.
There you go. Yeah. Speaking of friends and old friends and everything, I heard from a mutual friend of ours, Erica Lee, the other day. She's got.
She's great.
Yes, I just love her. She, for those of you who don't know Orlando radio, Erica Lee was a major morning show host, along with who was the guy he was on with?
Scott McKenzie, who was an absolute great friend of mine.
And this is
Scott passed away a few years ago.
Yeah, and this is, by the way, just so we don't have any confusion, this is not the Scott McKenzie who had the Summer of Love song.
Scott, the Scott McKenzie from Florida, and I had that conversation a few different times. And
but
they're different people. Although this guy could sing pretty well, this Scott McKenzie from Florida, he was a good singer. But not in the San Francisco realm of things.
Yeah. So for those of you who are listening down in Florida way, Erica is doing fine, and she's got her own podcast going. So and she's doing mostly oldies these days. It seems like she's been doing lately. So.
Yeah, she had dabbled in light jazz, the smooth jazz for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I remember talking to Erica, and she said that, she goes, "Hey, do I love smooth jazz?" And her answer was, "Yeah, I love it now."
That's right, because after she left the station, she and Scott were on together. She did jazz on another station for a while, and now that station has changed hands again, or changed formats again.
Right, and it was a pretty quick change. She said, just when I was getting a grasp on, I think she made a Grover Washington joke or something. Erica was always, she's quick-witted. Boy, she's funny.
Oh, yeah. So. She cracks me up every time. You and I used to be on a web page together. It was doing air checks. It was aircheck.com, remember?
So, that's right. She had that, where they were storing people's radio shows and podcasts. That was a great little hub to have, I know a lot of my fans were checking in on that quite often.
Yeah, unfortunately, because of technical issues, the website is no longer. So, but those were good times. So,
yes, absolutely.
So
I see Erica every once in a while. Next time I see her, we'll have to talk about you, Rick.
Oh boy, the fodder will be tremendous. You have a lot of fodder to talk about there.
Oh yeah, we do.
So after the gig in Florida on the 2nd, do you know where you're going?
Yeah, we head up to let's see. The upcoming shows behind that will be up in it's Broadview, something. I think it's called Broadview, New York, or something. There's a racetrack up there we're playing. From there we go into New Jersey. We got a few shows in and around New Jersey and parts of Pennsylvania. Then we go out to Las Vegas. Oh, I take that back. Before that, we're playing the Milwaukee Summerfest this year.
Oh wow, that's a big gig.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We're playing with Tower of Power on. They moved that to September. I think it's the 16th of September.
Great horn band.
That'll be a fun show.
Oh, yeah. Great horn band there. Wow.
Oh, they are amazing. Just really funky. So then we hit Las Vegas and et cetera. It's, all the same places we always get to. We'll be on the West Coast for a few shows. I think from July 2nd to the end of the year, it's about 25 shows. Which is a pretty fair amount for a half a year. We generally get about 45 or 50 shows a year, unless we're on an extended tour.
Yeah.
So it's we'll be back on, hopefully, and it stays that way. But we'll be back on track for the way we do things.
Yeah. Is Kathy going to be able to travel with you for some of these gigs?
My wife is quite smart. So she only picks the great dates. Like, we're going to L.A. She'll go, yeah, I'm going with you on that one. Oh, why? Because you're going to L.A. You're going to Las Vegas? Yeah, I'm going to go with you to Las Vegas, too.
Smart lady.
Let's just put it this way. Rick, she won't go to Des Moines, Iowa with me.
Oh, no. Okay? Des Moines' a pretty little city.
Oh, yeah. Sure it is.
Yeah, I did some time in Des Moines when I was running projects.
So Did your wife go with you? Let's see.
No.
Well, there you go. Your wife is smart too. Okay.
Well, one thing about Des Moines was the Iowa State Fair, which is, of course, the big granddaddy of all those state fairs. That's in Des Moines. So there you go. So,
well, I will admit, I have played the Iowa State Fair more than a handful of times in my career. So
Wow.
I'm well aware. I can speak of Des Moines. I can speak of it.
Yeah.
We'll be at the, you said the Granddaddy, the big music fair, at least in the last 10 or 12 years, of all the fairs in the U.S., the Minnesota State Fair has turned into the number one fair for music. And they get 11 days of big-name acts. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, we'll be there at the end of, I believe it's like August 29th. It's the end of August. And we'll be at the Minnesota State Fair again. We've been there 5 or 6 times, too. That one is fun. We'll be playing, who did I want to say it's with Frankie Valli on that one, but I'm not positive.
Wow. That'll be a big gig.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Frankie, great entertainer. I'm sure we'll probably open for that one, but that'll be fun. I could sit and watch Frankie then.
So we're going to have the Jersey Boys in Minnesota.
Yeah,
Minnesota. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Mark, we could probably talk like this for the rest of the show, but I know you got somewhere you got to go later today that's not a fun place to go.
Yeah, the dentist office. Yay!
Mine's Thursday, so we're going to be doing that the same week anyhow. Oh, my goodness.
I'll call you after your appointment and see how much you want to talk then. Okay?
I'll go. Brr, 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 brr. Yeah, I got a cracked filling, so this one's going to involve Novocaine.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So anyhow, Mark, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. I know that you got a jam-packed schedule today, which is kind of unusual as we come out of this pandemic, but it's good that you do.
Yeah.
And
well, Rick,
go ahead.
I really appreciate it. And anytime I'm more than happy to spend some airtime or personal time with you. I owe you a lot, and without you, I wouldn't even be fooling around with the radio dials. And it's the last 8-9 years or so have really been fun. So I thank you for that, Rick. You gave me the opportunity, and I'll never forget you for that. Thank you.
You're on your way. You got if you ever lose the music gig, you got the second thing going there. The next Larry Lujek up there in WLS.
He was my man, Larry Lujek.
Oh, man, I'm telling you.
Kid. I loved him.
Yeah.
With little Tommy. He had little Tommy by his side.
That's right. And, of course, Dick Biondi was up there, too. So.
Yeah, Dick is still, he's still alive and kicking. He
lives in South Carolina now, I believe.
He's living where now?
Near Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I know that there's a movie that they're working on to honor Dick Biondi.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that comes out while he's still, with us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Good guy. Great guy. Great DJ,
guy.
too.
Oh, yeah. Fun guy to be around. As are you. I'll say something to the listeners out there. Mark and I never have a conversation that's less than about 3/4 of an hour long.
Are we on the air right now? I thought we were just chit-chatting.
No, we're still on the air, my friend. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Mark. And hold the line. I'll talk to you a little bit after we get this station ID out of the way here. Okay?
You got it. Thanks again, Rick. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir, so much.